everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Cave. So if you're just joining us, or if you want a recap of what happened in the last episode, we just finished the Knight-specific quest, which was our first character-specific quest of the three that we're going to do. And now we are about to embark on our first Cave General quest, for lack of a better term. A phrase I've just coined myself, basically. So this is a quest that I believe, in my experience from discussing with other people who have this game already, everyone has to do. So there is a little mix of, like, kind of elements that are going to be unique for each player, or based on the characters that they take anyway, and elements that everyone is going to take. So hopefully this will be useful to a lot of people, not just as entertainment, but as a walkthrough if they end up getting stuck at this point in the game themselves.
Now my 3 mine cars is trapped in these caverns and caves. You'll bring those mine cars back if you know what's good for you. Leaving this dynamite will convince you. I need all 3 of those mine cars back, you hear? I got plenty more dynamite where this came from.
Alright, so this game did a very good job. Basically, this guy's pissed off at us because we caused, like, a huge seismic problem.
It wasn't the prospectors who made all the money. It was the merchants who sold blood pressure medication.
Yeah, so we created all these cave-ins, basically, by pushing those levers earlier. And the game does a very good job of introducing all the elements that are important for this puzzle right away. So you've got dynamite, shovel, bucket, water, which you might expect we use with the bucket. As well as, what else was there? What else was down there? I can't remember. Anyway, we got to use the buckets with the water, which will give us a bucket of water. Many among you probably know where this is going now. We got to try to catch the dynamite in the bucket of water, like we did just there, and that is going to put the dynamite out, so we can basically use it as a stick. So basically, this puzzle is all about collecting that dynamite, extinguishing it, and then bringing it to a place where we can actually use it. If you just try to, like, grab the dynamite and then, I don't know, take it to the rocks that you're going to have to blow up, you're going to have a bad time because it's going to take a while. So there are, as he said, 3 minecarts. We're going to try to get to all of those. Let's get our dynamite here, attached to the flame. And there are 3 kind of loose rock formations that are going to represent where we are going to find these 3 minecarts. And each one of them is going to be kind of different puzzles that we're going to have to respond accordingly to do so. Okay, so let's take a look at the elements we've got in this puzzle. I know for a fact this one is going to require more people.
Miner's instincts were right. There is a minecart trapped back here. He may have overreacted a bit, but at a certain age, you've got to do something that gets you up in the morning. Even if what gets you up in the morning is a dangerous lack of interpersonal skills and anger management issues.
Alright, so we do have a piece of cave painting here as well, which is probably going to be the newest one for our knight. So the knight just pretends not to see this robbery that is taking place. I don't know what's up with that. Knight kind of sucks, to be honest. Let's take a look at our puzzle elements. This is the minecart that we have to get to the prospector. And basically we've got to allow it to go through this gate. Now the only way it'll go through the gate is if it goes through this device right here, which is called the sniff. And the $sign is the S. So you can probably guess that there's some money involved in this. So we got to get this gold into this minecart and then have the minecart go through the sniff at the end. Now, you might be aware that this lever is going to control the claw machine, which is going to pick up the gold and make it possible for us to put that gold inside of the minecart in standard crane game style. So anyway, we're going to take our knight here. It doesn't really matter whether we use the knight or the scientist for this part. We will need all 3 characters a little later for a puzzle, but for this one, we will only need 2, I believe. So we have the ability to kind of move these minecarts around. Minecart's obviously a big element in point-and-click adventure games this year, not only here, but in Kentucky Route Zero as well. So I'm just going to kind of put the we'll push it up a little bit. And then we have to be fairly quick about this. This is the only thing. So I'm going to take the adventurer, use the claw lever, immediately take the knight, move backwards. We just missed it. Okay, we can maybe try pushing it up instead. So let's hold it here. Again, we'll take our adventurer, and then we'll push this up. Oh, they're in 3D space, they're actually not obscuring one another, so we can just do things that way. Alright, now by just letting the minecart go, if I can jump over it here, it should just be carried through to the prospector based on momentum. So we'll be sniffing to see if there's any gold, that's going to open the gate. This minecart is going to make its way down, and we are 1/3 of the way through this puzzle, which is actually one that I figured out entirely by myself on my first playthrough, which I am proud of. It's the little things in life that keep me going, what can I say? As you can see, that bridge is also rickety as well.
I thought you was gone for good. Time to get down to some serious hoarding.
Maybe A&E will make a show about you eventually, man. Anyway, now we have to, as you might expect, get the other 2 minecarts, which are going to have varying types of puzzles. The next one that we do is going to be a little bit physics-based, and the one that we do after that is going to be more based on, oh, that was bad. It's going to be more based on point-and-click adventure style, like collecting the right items and executing accordingly. Anyway, we're basically rinsing and repeating. Get it? Rinsing and repeating because I got a bucket of water. Northern Lion, hilarious as always. Wordplay, the highest form of comedy. Caught our dynamite there. You don't have to be perfect with the dynamite catches. You just gotta be there, basically.
Get me those gall-darn mine cars.
Again, I can't stress enough that I think the voice acting in this game is really, really hilarious. Really well done. For a while, you might think I'm crazy, but later in the game, I kind of thought the narrator was actually Anthony Bourdain, believe it or not, which might mean that I just have a terrible ear for voices, but, you know, maybe you'll feel the same way. Inevitably, there's going to be someone in the comments that is like, oh, I was wondering who that reminded me of. So that's that's what it was reminiscent of for me, I guess I should say. So we've blown up this area over here. I think we need all 3 of our characters for this. Oh, we might as well get that adventurer's concept art. We did, or not concept art, cave painting. We did miss a cave painting for the adventurer. I wonder if I got that on my last playthrough. So far we got the glory of discovery, hogging all the fame. So that's us hogging all the fame, as you can see. And then upset partner. So everyone's pretty pissed off at us, including that monkey. He just kind of looks constipated, I guess. Anyway, we're going to come down here, and we can see where the minecart needs to go. It needs to go through this middle path right here. But as we step on these are affected by weight. So we're going to need to balance it out. I think our minecart starts here, and it's just a minecart full of ham. Nothing wrong with that. You can probably guess what we're going to need our other people to do here. We're going to start with our scientist because she's closer, but we might need our adventurer a little bit later. One thing I do wish the cave had is, like, just by pressing right bumper or something, you could bring all 3 characters close to one another rather than having to walk them through this all the time. I think that would be a very welcomed addition, but, you know, it's not a deal breaker in the whole scheme. Oh, I killed him. It's not a deal breaker in the whole scheme of things. It just makes things take a little bit of extra time sometimes. So we're going to... Whoa, I thought he was going to die there. We're going to use our scientist to kind of weigh this down. And then now we shouldn't have to because the ham will weigh it down. But now we've got to get the... Wait. Come down here, scientist. I'm not done with you yet. We're going to push the ham off. Like so. Then this platform should come back up. Now we've got to weigh down the other platform so that the ham can get on that. Maybe we don't need all 3 for this. So let's have her stand over here. Then the knight should be able to pull the ham onto this thing. Perfect. And just stay here. Now I think we're going to need... Let's get the scientist off of this. I think we're going to need at least 2 to make this work. But that's fine because we can get 2 up there fairly easily. So 1 should not balance it out, I think. It might, but... Oh, it totally does. That's my bad. So then we'll just take our knight and we'll push the ham through, and that will represent the second part of this puzzle solved. And then all we'll have to do is get the 3rd minecart. Although, actually, no, we can't. We do need our 3rd person. I understand now. Okay. So we've got to take this lady all the way back from where she was down here by the first puzzle to get to that one. The reason being, when we step on the platform with the minecart, with the knight, it actually causes that platform to fall a little bit further, which is obviously not something that we want to have happen. Anyway, it'll only take like 30 seconds to get her back, but this is one of those situations where I really would just wish it had like a callback button where you can get all 3 of your avatars or characters in the same area at the same time. Anyway, we are going to get her involved in this puzzle now. And we only need 2 for the next puzzle, I think. So we need her to stand on this second platform here. And then the knight is going to go up here. Maybe we can jump up ladders, but we can't jump up ropes. In the last episode, I was complaining. Sometimes you can jump up, you know, vertical traversal obstacles, and sometimes you can't. If we push this in a little bit further, that should be the end of this. Alright, so that's going to be puzzle 2 done. The minecart can travel through that shaft, but sadly I can't. The Northern Lion story can't travel through the shaft. Can't use the shaft. That would have been better.
Build up a powerful hunger down here. I'm gonna roast me up some canaries. Now see here, I still needs me my last minecart, dagnabbit.
Alright, and I'm happy to oblige, because, you know, what am I going to do with some minecarts? It's not like we're playing Donkey Kong Country here or anything. So we're going to leave those 2 jabronis down here for now. We're just going to take our knight. I spend most of my time using the knight, because if I make a mistake and I end up having to take fall damage, I can just hit Y quickly, and that will give me invincibility and allow me to survive the fall. Which is more useful most of the time than the ability to hack or use the grappling hook, which is only going to show up a couple of times, and particularly only going to show up in the adventurer-specific level. Anyway, oh wait, I didn't get the bucket of water. That's my bad there. So we're going to go up and get the bucket of water. We're going to catch the dynamite in the bucket, and then we are going to take that dynamite to the last area of loose rock that we're going to deal with. I'm amazed at the structure, or how the structure of the cave is actually making for some fairly logical endpoints for videos. Like normally, when people, or myself included, record like a Let's Play like this, you just kind of break it up in somewhat arbitrary spots after it feels like you've played for long enough for one video. But, you know, the caves or the quests in the cave usually take about 15 to 20 minutes each, which is kind of a logical endpoint. I kind of appreciate that. I think it makes for a little bit more of an engaging content schedule, if you will.
Okay, I will tell you again. Get me my 3 mine cars.
So we got the dynamite, and we're making our way back up. It does indeed appear that we can jump up ladders, but not jump up ropes. We can jump down ropes, though. We can also jump down ladders. Nothing wrong with that. And our last obstacle here, our last minecart, is pretty far away. We also need another item to make this possible, but we're going to have to send a character back down anyway, so we might as well just go all the way up here. When we see the fire, we'll know we're fairly close. There's the fire. And the loose rock is just up here. So we're going to, again, take the dynamite out, attach it to the flame. Hopefully this is helpful for those of you, again, not just for entertainment, for those of you who are stuck on this anyway. I hope this has given you some help, because, you know, it's kind of esoteric to catch the dynamite in the bucket of water. I was surprised when it ended up working out, because that's one of those... Oh, there's a cave painting we should get for the scientist there. It's one of those things where when I figured it out naturally, I was just like, this shouldn't work. This is just Northernlion's crazy theory about what should happen. So, again... theoretical research, experimental research, experimentational research, and discovery of unlimited power. Alright. So, we're going to take some fall damage there. So much for mashing the Y button, apparently. Now, what we have to do... Oh, he survived that one. Kind of didn't expect that. I thought there was some cave painting over here, but there is not. Just jump over here instead and come down. The minecart is here. Okay, so what we have to do... all we have to do is push this minecart through... But there is kind of an extra element that's important to note on this puzzle, which you won't be able to see right now. If we just push the minecart in, it'll go, and then it'll just come back out this other side. And that's due to the fact that there is an unseen, like, track switch that allows you to switch between the minecart tracks that you're on. This one obviously just runs around in a circle somehow, despite the fact that it kind of defies physics. What we actually need to do is hit that track switch, and in order to do that, we are going to need one of the other items that the prospector gave us. So you might have remembered that he gave us like 3 items at the start of this quest. He gave us the can of corn, which is actually, as far as I know, useless. Maybe you're able to use it as a substitute for the bucket of water, but I'm not totally sure. He also gave us the shovel and the bucket of water, so we're going to need the shovel now, which is going to allow us to hit that track switch as we move forward. Again, not to spoil the actual solution for the puzzle as we get going here, but just to give you some kind of feel for what I'm going to be doing over the next few minutes here. So let's go down here. There should be a shovel. We're going to have to watch out for the dynamite. That's going to be a sore spot, so we'll just hang out over here and then run away, because we don't have any bucket of water in order to get that dynamite extinguished. It's actually going to be dangerous for us. And our adventurer will then become the crux of this puzzle as we take her to that third area. Again, how awesome would it be to just be able to switch to the knight and then press a single button to call the adventurer to him? But maybe that would take away from some of the ambiance of the game and some of the length of the game, actually, because I probably do spend like 10 to 20% of my time in the cave just walking between places. Overall, I haven't really talked overall about my impressions of the cave, and the reason for that is that, you know, if everything goes well, there should actually be a review of this up on my channel at like day 1, so you should be able to check out my thoughts of it that way. But overall, I do have positive impressions of the cave. There's just some negative aspects that do take away from it a little bit. But overall, I think this is a really neat and well-designed puzzle platformer. But right now, I need to focus for a second, because we're going to push the adventurer, and then using the adventurer, which we're going to switch to right now, we're going to have to press the X button at just the right time to hit this track switch. So here we go. And we switch the tracks accordingly, and then we should be able to go back down to Prospector Town here in just a second once we stop seeing the actual sides of the cave.
Here it is, my special empty minecart. Miner can't have enough empty mine cars.
Oh, look at that. Those mine cars meant the world to that old guy. Maybe a reward is in order, hmm?
Well, I'm gonna reward him by just totally destroying his bridge. Fuck you!
Oh, hell, go! Come back, go!
I'd be more concerned about the ham, man.
He wasn't such a bad guy. He was down here a long time, and that'll take its toll. Obtaining the thing you desire most isn't always as hard as it's made out to be, but it will change you.